Welcome back to the News Beacon, your trusted window into the real stories beneath the headlines. And today we turn our attention to a growing storm of speculation shaking political and legal circles alike, as an astonishing campaign fundraising haul by a far-right justice has fueled talk of a possible exit that, if true, could reshape the balance of power for years to come. According to newly released figures, the justice in question has amassed a campaign war chest so outsized that even seasoned analysts are left scratching their heads, with some asking why a figure already secure in their position would suddenly need such a financial arsenal, and the whispers behind closed doors suggest one increasingly popular answer, that the justice is planning to step down and wants to ensure a hand-picked successor has the financial backing to win any potential confirmation fight or public challenge, an idea that, while unproven, has been repeated often enough in political circles to feel almost inevitable. The rumors come at a politically charged moment, as the ideological makeup of the bench is already a lightning rod issue, and any change, particularly involving a justice whose rulings have defined the far-right edge of recent decisions, would instantly spark fierce debate about who should replace them, how quickly, and what that could mean for landmark cases on everything from voting rights to reproductive freedom. Insiders say the timing of the fundraising blitz raises eyebrows, coming just months after a series of high-profile rulings that reaffirmed the justice's hardline reputation and reignited protests outside courthouses. The new cash influx has caught even veteran political donors by surprise, some of whom privately admit they were approached not simply to support future campaigns, but in language hinting at preparing for the fight ahead. Words many interpret as code for a looming retirement battle. Meanwhile, public reaction has been predictably divided. Supporters on the right argue the haul shows unwavering grassroots loyalty, proof that the justice remains a beloved figure targeted unfairly by critics, while detractors say it suggests a calculated effort to entrench a legacy beyond the justice's own tenure, effectively shaping the ideological direction of the bench long after departure. Legal experts point out that while justices can in theory fundraise for related causes or legacy projects, the sheer scale and timing of this campaign remains highly unusual, especially for a figure not known for cultivating broad political networks in the past, and that alone has turbocharged speculation. Behind the scenes, the justice's allies reportedly dismissed talk of retirement as media fantasy, insisting the funds are meant to fight ongoing efforts by watchdog groups who have filed ethics complaints and transparency lawsuits. But even those explanations struggle to convince everyone, particularly as some close to the justice privately admit the relentless scrutiny has taken toll, with recent months described as exhausting and more personal than political by one aide. The irony, say analysts, is that the justice's very identity as an unflinching ideological warrior makes the idea of stepping down hard to reconcile. Yet the sudden need for a massive campaign chest suggests either a defensive move against real legal threats or a more strategic play to shape what comes next, complicating matters further. Rival political factions have already begun maneuvering behind the scenes, some seeking to fast-track potential successors who share the same hardline philosophy, others hoping to delay any confirmation until after upcoming elections that might shift Senate control. Meanwhile, the justice's record remains as controversial as ever, with recent rulings praised by some as a return to constitutional originalism and slammed by others as a rollback of decades of civil rights progress, adding to the stakes should the rumors prove true. For now, the justice continues to appear publicly defiant, showing little sign of slowing down. Yet seasoned court watchers note that retirements are rarely announced out of nowhere. They're often preceded by telltale signs like sudden fundraising, new advisory hires, or discreet meetings with party leaders, all of which reportedly occurred in recent weeks. And while none confirm an exit, together they add weight to the swirling speculation. Ultimately, whether the justice actually steps down or not, the very fact that rumors have caught fire so quickly reveals how fragile the current ideological balance feels to both sides, and how even a single departure could dramatically shift the legal landscape for a generation. And so, as political operatives quietly prepare for what might be one of the most consequential confirmation battles in years, the public is left to read between the lines. Is this simply an unusually ambitious fundraising effort, or the first act of a carefully choreographed exit designed to ensure ideological continuity? As always, thank you for joining us at the News Beacon, where we dig beyond slogans to explore the real forces shaping our world. Don't forget to like, Subscribe and stay tuned as we continue to follow this story and many more. Because in politics, as in life, what's said aloud often matters less than what happens quietly behind closed doors.